You wanna.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, sorry, I was hoping to have Buster interview, but maybe I'll
He's a
keep it
little, he's a
small.
little
He's a little small. Hello, everyone.
here. I'll help you.
Okay, well, okay.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There he is.
No, let's do this. This is my side of the screen. Hello, everyone.
Buddy.
Hi, Sid.
Oh, you're back,
Jennifer,
Sid. Hello,
Becky.
Jennifer, Becky.
Hello, Karen, North Carolina. Taking a break from unpacking. Oh, yes. Moving still. Yes, good luck. Oh, no, yeah, you moved, I think, already. Good afternoon. Hi, Kim, Cynthia, Kathy. Thanks for joining us, guys. Hey, Lynn. Hello to Hungary. Charlotte. So, if you guys remember this week on Tuesday, we announced that we're going to be switching up things during the live. So one of us is only going to decorate each live. We're going to rotate. And so Marlene was decorating. What were you decorating on Tuesday?
The candy corn.
Candy corn, yes, your favorite cutter.
I think, do I still have a photo up? Here it is. This is Tuesday's project.
Tuesday project.
So if you want to watch the replay, it's still there. And the sale is still on Global Belly. If you guys,
yes, the sale is on.
Here's the code. Where is it? This code.
You guys can, yes, okay, the code. This is the code. And you could take advantage of my new cookie decorating kit that was just released this week. And it's a buttercream kit. So for those of you who, I know here it says royal icing, but it's a typo. So for those of you who prefer royal buttercream, you can get this kit and you can use the code.
Let me take it off.
Send Patty 20, get a 20% off. And it's, I think, 40, it's free shipping over $40 within the United States.
Oh, that's a good deal. So what are you working on today? Since
So
you're
today, happy birthday, Sally.
It's Sally's birthday?
Yes, so Sally is Pisces, right? Am I right?
I don't know the monthly.
It's the best sign,
happy
isn't
birthday,
it,
Sally.
Happy birthday. So today, guys, I am working on something you've been requesting. Well, somebody requested. Months ago, I bought some, cross cutters. And I can't remember who suggested. I bought 3 cutters. And this was the one you guys suggested that was easiest to work with. And I do like this shape quite a bit. So I use this cutter to make the cookies, and we're going to make Easter cookies. We're going to be making lily, Easter lily, and cross. No, not today, but I do still have several ideas for the strawberry cutter, if you can believe that. But if you think about the strawberry cutter, it's kind of similar to candy corn without the stem and the leaves. Okay. Yes, so it's a cross. And so let's start. And then I will be doing lilies. Now, I don't have a lily cookie cutter, so I'm using, I believe this is a David Star, right? The David Star, is it called?
Oh, you can just say, though, it's a 6-point star.
It's a 6-point star, yes. So I don't have a lily cutter, so I used, oh yes, Kim suggested lilies. So I will be using that. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to start with, I guess I'm going to start with the lilies. I will have to do the cross in between. Okay, so I made a little template. Now, I also have, guys, put together for you, if you wanted to check it out, in my coffee shop. There is a supply list that includes the cutter for the cross and also lily, and it also includes, and I don't have, unfortunately, I do have it here. It includes a link where you can get this tool. We talk about this so often. I found it. It's not. I found it. It's in my Global Belly shop because the ones I found on Amazon, it's from Sweet Sugar Bell, and they wanted $15. So this one is $3. Okay, and if you you can, yes, they wanted $15 for three. It's a pack of three, but still $15. I thought that was overkill. So I made a little template as usual from cardstock, and I wanted to show you something before we start. Um, this is the one. Okay, I think this is the one. Okay.
Heather was doing yoga as well today, Han.
Awesome. Yeah, I did an hour of yoga. I think I'm gonna have to go back to doing it because it's really good to breathe. I forget to breathe often. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is how we're going to transfer, or what we're going to use to transfer the guide. So Mar always uses yellow. I like to also use yellow or even brown. Now here I used brown. Now because I airbrushed it, you can't really see it very well, but you can see here on the edges. So the brown wasn't really ideal for this, especially with the white. It kind of shows a little bit. You see? So I decided to use yellow. Hopefully you'll be able to see. Oh, you do yoga at 4 a.m. Bless you. I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. to do. I used to do early 4 a.m. workouts, but I do no, that's too early. So I'm just going to now. You don't really have to do this if you can, just draw it. But if you're doing a lot of these, it helps to have a guide. You can see it's not a complete guide. It just gives you an idea. So then you can.
Well, it's the key information. I mean, if you have the center of the flower, right?
Yes. And then if you want to, you can obviously finish it off. Just at the petals. Now these bottom ones, I have them slightly curved. Like that. Okay. So now we have to ice these petals in sections. Oh, snowstorm. Well, this I hope to cheer you up. I mean, this is very springy tutorial today for you guys. Thanks for that information. So here I have white icing, and this icing is pretty thick because these are quite small sections. So I don't want to experience cratering, and I didn't feel like doing the skeleton method. Can you guys see, or should I turn on the light?
Oh no, it looks fine, Han. You're good.
I'm good.
Oh, you can zoom in. Yeah, that's good. Perfect.
That's good. Okay.
Hello, Sunday.
Oh, which one am I doing? Yes. Okay.
Anna. Juneau, Alaska.
How is the weather in Alaska now? You can see how thick it is, right? It's not really going anywhere. So I would say for 25 seconds or somewhere around there. And I'm using my scribe here.
Yeah, that's a huge fluctuation, Angie.
Oh, that's not healthy, isn't it? Now we're going to do these two bottom ones. That is called here. It's also actually pretty cool. Not too warm.
Hi, Gwen.
Have you done lilies before, Mar?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It was on my to-do list.
There are specialty cutters for lilies, but like I said, if you don't have a lily cutter,
I think it was perfect on that particular shape. And then you can use it for other things. When you buy very specific cutters,
Yes, you could use another. I did have it here, but I put it away. It's a wide daisy cutter. You know the pink one from Wilton, the nesting one. Do you have those? So now you have to let that crust. Lucky for you, I've got some crusted here. Let me adjust this. Okay. Now this cookie is not too big.
There's a lot of flowers, Sally, and then I have to fit in all the other stuff. Yes, we all have that condition. We'll all join the club with you, Charlotte. Cookie Cutters Anonymous, Han. For buying all the cutters.
Yes. Well.
Hi, Candace. Hi, Kim.
The thing is, if you're just starting out, you really don't need that many cutters, right? But it's hard to resist. So now I'm going to do this one.
Here's a question for you guys. So, okay, so we're addicted to cookie cutters. What else is a thing that you collect that when you see it at the store, you cannot leave the store without it? Like, do you collect
mugs? Or you have your husband dragging you out of the store, like,
yes. Like, what's the thing that you collect?
And then you secretly go next day and you get it anyway.
Yes, or you hide it at the store so that nobody buys it.
Do you do that?
I have done it. I have done it
too. Terrible. I mean, I don't know if I could do it now because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't remember where I put it unless I write it down. So now we have to let that crust. The reason I'm letting it crust is to have a nice definition in the petals. You know, if I was to pipe the petal here, it would blend here. So you don't want that. So I have this. I have one here. Oh, leggings. Oh, really? You have? That's fantastic.
Is that a thing, or Addison? What is that? Is that like?
I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Oh, anything Star Trek for Teresa.
Oh, Star Trek. What's the most fun thing that you have from Star Trek? Like, they make a lot of stuff. There's a site, I think, Geeky Gifts or something. They have like tons of stuff. Well, that's good. I mean, you can, yes.
Cutters.
Yarn.
Oh,
where do you store your yarn? I did have a friend. She had so much yarn. Like, it was like, yes, like sprinkles. Great. I love seeing what you guys.
Oh, Angie, you do embroidery for personalized things. That's pretty. That's fun.
Do you have one of those heavy duty?
Granny, is that serious?
Oh, okay.
Kathy is hidden stuff at the store as well.
You see, I'm agitating the icing so it sinks in. Then you can shape it while it's wet. Okay.
So Maria, AliExpress.
A square cutter with fluted edge. So now you have to. I like to let it crust. Marlin airbrushes right away. We're going to airbrush, believe it or not. But I do have one crusted. You could airbrush it. My concern when I'm airbrushing uncrusted cookie is that the pressure from the air is going to make it like a hole in the icing. Okay, so I'm going to do a little prep for the airbrushing. Well, this is going to be it's very quick if you think about it. Like, it doesn't really have a lot of steps. Oh, quilter. Oh, I need that. Yes, I have a friend. She made us a quilt.
So how long do you wait before you do that bottom petal?
Well, once it's crusted, I mean, this is another big cutter, that one I had. It's let me just double check here. It's 3 inches. So the one that is listed in the Amazon shop, in my coffee shop in the supplies, it's a bigger cutter, which will work even nicer for these because lilies are, you'll be able to get a nice size of a flower there. Okay. Oh, this I wanted to do this. So, and to airbrush today, I'm using my handy airbrush. It is also listed in my Amazon, in my supply list, and it's a very heavy duty airbrush. So if you hear a noise like a plane is taking off, that's the airbrush. Okay. But I've had it almost for 10 years.
And it's working great.
And it survived our move from US to Spain, so it's still working. It's on my list to get. I am wearing gloves because I hate to get airbrush color on my fingers. And today I'm using, this is airbrush color from Chef Master. It's called Spring Green and Canary Yellow. Okay, so first I'm going to hit it with yellow. Okay, and because green and yellow, they're good friends, I'm not really going to rinse it. So it's going to work really well. Foil method, pen method. What's a foil pen method? Please elaborate. So, you hear it?
So here's a question for you, Han.
Yes.
If somebody does not have an airbrush, what are
If
your
you don't have an airbrush, I'm so glad you asked. If you don't have an airbrush, now I did try using um, colored icing, but because the petals are so small, it didn't really look right, and you want that to be kind of more blended, not so.
Yeah, you want to fade.
Yeah, you don't want to have like borders there. So what you could use is yellow and green petal dust. You could use as an alternative. Now, what you do, you do a dry application of these. What would you suggest? Something else?
Oh, I was just, putting it out there so that
Okay. I was wondering if you had an idea.
no, the other option that probably would do an okay job is diluted food gel, really diluted, like
Oh yeah, that's true. Let
and
me do one more thing. This is crusted, so I can hit three of these at a time. So I'm just going to quickly ice the bottom.
okay. And then you can just do a light kind of like watercolor type thing.
Oh yeah, watercolor would be also nice. Yes, that's true. My airbrush is actually moving a little bit. It tends to move when it's on, so hopefully it won't leave the room.
You went to CookieCon, Jennifer? You have fun? Hello, Heather. Amber
Okay.
doesn't join us every live. And so today it's just the two of us.
Oh, it's a song. It reminded me of the song. Do you know the song? Just the two of us. I don't know if it's the name of the song, but it's in a song. Just the two of us. Yes, I can't sing, so sorry. Oh, sensitive.
Oh, I'm seeing I accidentally did click
No.
Amber's channel.
What is
So we're
wrong?
streaming on her YouTube right now, Han. We're gonna have to send her a message.
Oh, are we? Oh, why is this happening? You are the airbrush expert. Why is it? Oh, okay. Now it's working. Okay, sorry. Technical issue. No, what's happening? Oh, hopefully I can get this. It's giving me a bit of a.
Who is Amber? She's also a cookie decorator. Want to check out her channel? It's called Sweet Ams.
Why is it? Why is it? Why would it be that the air is still coming out when I'm not
It,
using
it, it could be maybe that the thing isn't screwed up, like screwed on tight. There might be air, like, you know,
See, it's still coming. That's weird. Anyway, so I'm gonna do yellow on this one and also on this one.
good luck with your unpacking, Karen. You too have a nice weekend.
Good luck, Karen. And then the third one. And this one is the one we freshly iced. So you can see the shiny areas are still crusted, and the not so shiny area like this one, it's dry. It's just weird. I have to research it. So now not gonna wash it because it has just a little bit of yellow in there, which is fine. And I'm just going to add a drop of green. Really just a drop. This is so weird. I don't understand what's happening with the airbrush. Anyway, to research it. Can't stop it. Have you had that happen?
I haven't used the unit you're using in a very long time.
The guide is not in the shop yet, but I will. I think I will have it in the Patreon group actually. The guide, and I'm going to. I only have this one size of the cutter, so the cutter that you get, if you have a larger cutter or with a 6 point, um, you have to make it a slightly bigger template. So, but I will have it in the Patreon. Okay, June. Thank you. Hopefully, I'm not gonna mess it up. I mean, it's still yellow. A little bit of green, but weird issues. Airbrush. Always something.
So Maria's saying maybe your needle isn't pushed all the way into the gun.
I mean, I used it this morning. It's fine. We'll just suffer through it. I just don't want to mess up the cookies. That's all. I have to research it. Oh, it worked now. Maybe, who knows? So did I do all of them? No, one more. Oh, I did forget one step. I forgot a step.
What's this step?
The step. Okay, so I guess I have to do it again. I forgot the step. Sorry, folks. Okay, let's do this, and then the step is. I forgot a step. Which I suppose is going to be fine, but we want to add
Oh, a line in the middle, like a
line in the middle before we airbrush. So my bad. Does the airbrush taste the same as icing? Mark, maybe you can answer that.
I mean, it doesn't add a taste really. What it does, the airbrush does that's different than like when you stir in the color, is that once it's wet by your mouth, like your lips or whatever, well, you could get like the color on your lips or whatever. As soon as it's wet, the color gets activated. That's the only kind of negative with the airbrush. Yes, absolutely, Heather. You can add pink and make it
The hot pink, yes, that would be absolutely fantastic. And I would also, because I think that really has some splatters, like there are like some dots. So I would probably use like some easy splattering technique to achieve that. Okay, so I forgot the lines. Terrible of me, but we'll have to suffer through it. So the lines are going to be basically And this was supposed to be done before I airbrush, so I might have to go back and do it quick. And I'm using a PME tip 105, which I also have listed in the supply list.
Yes, you're right, Jennifer. The spray is more gentle in the wireless. It's less powerful.
I'm so mad at myself that I forgot to do this. It just.
I'm mad at you too.
Are you?
Yeah.
Let me see your face when you're. What does it look like when you're mad? I'm trying to do these slight curves so it has a more of a movement. Like I said, these should have been. I should have done them before airbrushing. So I'll have to do a quick.
I think the next time, sorry, Han, and the next time Amber is going to be joining us will be in April, I think. I have to look again at the schedule, but if I'm not mistaken, that's what she is.
Maybe April 1st. I don't remember at this point
The
now.
second or something like that. It would be a Friday usually. She's available on Fridays. I don't think it's Tuesday. Kim says she forgives you. She's not mad.
You're not mad. Thank you. Well, I mean, this happens, right? So what you can do, I'm just gonna hit it with green, I think, a little bit.
It's not a huge mistake, if we can call it that. So it's perfect, Kim. We can tell you that Amber's going to be with us on April 1st, and if she's not there, we can say it was an April Fool's joke. Because I'm not 100% sure of the date. We were actually just texting about it yesterday afternoon, and it just wasn't completely finalized. She usually makes a pretty good April Fool's project. Maybe she'll do that.
I love doing April Fools. So fun. Have you fooled anyone with food?
Not really, but she did one. I think it was last year. She did spaghetti for her girls because she has 2 young daughters, and it went viral on TikTok. Her spaghetti.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, it's just different when you've got young children. It's like it just
Okay. So I'm gonna do yellow instead of green. I think it might be too harsh if I add more green. So I'm just gonna hit it with some yellow here. If I can aim it into the airbrush, I'll turn it on. I am getting the virus.
absolutely they would eat them without the veins. Yes.
Okay. I trust you. Okay. All right. Let's do it quick.
So, Han, now that your space is pretty much done, you've got it all decorated and everything, do you feel that it's made you more like your creative juices more like,
Well,
it's
I'm much. Yes, it's much nicer not having boxes behind me. Oh, this one is done. I'm like, what am I doing?
a little bit, flushed. What you want to say, you get a little easily flustered, more easily than normal being on the live, so.
See, just a little bit. It does make a difference when
Yeah.
it's not completely white. Yeah, there is not an even pressure. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I jinxed it. I said I've had it for almost 10 years.
Like you have a bear under the table growling at you.
Okay. So now I'm going to clean up the brush, airbrush. So what I do, I spray the water into the cup and I rinse it. We want to clean the airbrush because once it's get clogged, it's kind of pain to take it
Yeah.
apart. And just a little bit of color. Once it dries, it's kind of like glue, not glue, but like yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
like paint, like a dry paint, you know. So you have to let it soak in hot water then to let it dissolve, and it takes at least 8 hours.
Don't they, Heather, roll their eyes at just about everything when they're a certain age? It's like you breathe and they roll their eyes.
Okay, so that's done. Bye bye. So now we
You're not
can.
going to miss it.
Well, I don't know what's going on. Like today in the morning, it was perfectly fine.
Well, it's like the other day we were live. My camera's working fine before the live.
Something, right? So now I'm going to, we're going to finish up by adding what are these called? You can help me with this. Stamen?
Mm,
Is that right?
I believe so, but I'm not that good with flower anatomy. But I believe that is correct. And if anybody,
So if I
that's
put three
watching
dots
knows
on
about
the top.
flower parts, yes. Lynn Ann is saying stamen. I mean, this is a very nice flower.
One more here. Now, if you need to kind of clean up the bottom, you can use a little brush to move it there. And now for whatever the top part is called, which I don't know.
Kim is saying a filament.
Oh, filament. Okay,
Lynn Ann is saying beautiful.
Thank you. So
Here, let me do a Google.
you want to laugh? Okay, so here's a little laugh. So I've been doing this for 12 years, right, or more. These orange filaments or whatever the top, you know how big they are, right? No, please take a note of it, how big they are. Okay. I colored this visualizing. I colored
Oh
this
my gosh.
visualizing. I mean, so you get me? I will be using it for something, maybe Halloween, but
So that part in the middle is called a pistil.
pistol,
And
okay.
then those little ones are stamen with the little brown things there that fall off and make a mess.
So these things, they're kind of like oval shaped from what I looked, you know, in the images online. So I'm just doing like back and forth, oval shape there. Okay, and then you just have to repeat. We're gonna repeat this on a few more, and then I'll do the cross. The cross is really fun to do. You'll love it. So the first, I'm doing the tall one, stamen, and 3 dots.
Yeah, Heather and June are suggesting you make some carrot royal icing transfers.
Oh, that's true. Yes, thank you.
What consistency is your green? Denise is noticing your very crisp, nice lines.
And this is the piping consistency, which is thicker, obviously. I don't have a count for this because it never really blends together. So what I would do, I would test it by pulling the icing from the bowl. And when you pull it up with the spatula, and it like it should be immediate, like it falls, like it bends. The peak bends, it kind of goes down, but it never becomes kind of blended with the remaining icing.
Your piping tip for the stamen is?
It's also 1.5 PME tip.
So if I can just mention, Han was very good and created a supply list. So you visit her coffee shop and you'll find it there. She's got all her supplies for this project.
Now, those of you who are new to this craft, we often use 1.5 for little details. The thing is, this piping tip is expensive. It's not like, well, not like you're not gonna break the bank, but it's not cheap. It's like right now, I think it was like $5 or $6 for one tip.
Yeah.
But it is really worth it. Now, if you do get it, be sure that you don't put it into your kitchen disposal or anything like that because it will ruin it and you'll be crying. Don't ask me how I know.
No idea.
Okay. Now I'm gonna. It looks like it's piled up here at the bottom, so I'm just going to flatten it a little bit. And this is a dry brush. And now I have one more, and then we can do the cross. How am I on the time?
It's you
It's
got
1.5. It's 1.5. You can't really, can you guys see? You can't really see the point. Oh,
oh,
yeah,
it's finally focused on it. Yes.
1.5 PME. Here in Europe, somebody did say it's. Yes. Well, I did some research. They're pretty long, these things. When you look at the flower.
Oh, Candace, you're roasting a
I'm
turkey.
allergic. This is a perfect 1.5 PME. I was going to say something. I forgot. I lost track.
Oh, Ella's saying you need to have a stamen for every petal, so you need 6 of them.
Yeah, that may be true, but
The ones you can't see, they're hidden behind.
yeah, they are hidden somewhere, so it would be a little overcrowded. There are for every petal? I did not know that. That I didn't really do a good research. I did not know that. Okay, so I think we are done with the lilies.
Very
So
nice.
these are done again with a star tip, and I will have a template available for my patrons soon. And you can find all the supplies that I use to make the cookie in the coffee shop. Now I'm going to set this aside, and we're gonna start working on the cross. Now
If
these
you make
go.
make a platter of those lilies, if I can suggest, make some leaves to just like
Yeah.
kind of, and
Well,
then
the thing is,
you
if you don't have even a star cutter, but you have a petal cutter or something like something with even oval shape would work. You could make individual petals, flower petals, like you said, and each one can have the stamen, and then you can arrange them on a platter. I think that would be really nice.
a paisley would do the job.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so let me just clean up this.
It's a nice cutter, eh?
This is a really nice cutter. I do like this cutter, I have to say.
So if I can add, Han has her sugar cookie recipe. You can see there, the cookie's very nice. Here's her blog. You can find her recipes free there. She's got her icing, her sugar cookie recipe, and several others. She's got a ton of recipes, but for
Yes.
today, you'll find the
today.
2 that she's using.
All right, so for this project, this is pretty. Oh.
And then she's got other tutorials on Patreon. You visit there, she's got a ton of stuff there too.
Yeah, the sun cutter, the sun cutter, unless it has the 6 petals, it would maybe look, well, I guess you could utilize one of, if it has 7, you could utilize it as a stem. So you would have a stem. Okay. I've never made these lily cookies. This is the first time I'm making lily cookie. Well, I made them in the morning, but I made like a very, very simple variation years ago. Okay. So now we're going to, first I'm doing, this is dark, very dark brown. And I'm just going to spread a super thin layer. Now I've got my paintbrush here, but I'm also spraying some water on a paper towel. I'm just going to dampen it and use the paper towel also if I need to wipe it, if I have excess or icing on the bristles. Okay. Now this is a pretty fat brush. Now for little details, I'm gonna, I guess, have to switch to the smaller one. And I'm switching. Oops. What's happening? It's pretty firm.
Are you seeing a diamond ring with the cross, June?
Oh, oh yeah, that's true. I guess could be a diamond. I do have a diamond ring from cookie cutter. I mean, um, from R&M, and they do have two sizes. So one is the regular size, and one is mini. You know, the mini is so cute. I haven't used it yet. So I'm just spreading a thin layer of dark brown, and then you have to let that dry, which will take pretty much no time because it's such a thin layer.
Heather has a question.
Yes.
Does royal icing and chocolate play well together?
Oh, royal icing and chocolate. You mean mixed together?
Well, like, let's say here you would have spread on, let's say, a thin layer of chocolate,
Oh, chocolate.
finishing detail perhaps in royal icing.
I will be honest, I don't know. I have not played with that. I have not played with that. I would think that the chocolate, because it has fat in it, it would bleed into the icing, but I may be wrong because once the chocolate hard once it hardens, um, so this is a dry one. This you can totally see how, I mean, this is wet and this is dry. You can see the difference. Now I use these brushes are from Wilton, and I do have them listed in the coffee shop in the supply list. They are for food item to be used with food. And the set that I've included, it has 5 brushes, which is really great to have. So now we're going to use thick fertilizing, and this is super thick, and this is lighter brown. Now this is going to take, the mini cutters are like puppies. It's hard to bring them home. So we're going to spread a thin layer of this thick icing onto the cookie. Now, like you can use a larger brush, like I did, but for the thin part, but small brush gives you more control. Or you can use a palette knife. But I know if folks don't have a palette knife, you can use a brush instead.
So Renee's asking about your brown. What
Brown, it's basically chocolate brown, straight from a bottle. And yeah, if you want to play with the different tone of the brown, you can add some green to it, or red, or even pink to see how it kind of changes.
Yeah, she doesn't like it when it has a green tone. You know what I heard was to add actually a couple of drops of purple to
Purple, yes,
brown to take away that that greenish tone.
greenish tone.
And so purple is basically blue and red together. So that might be a solution for you, Renee.
So now I'm just going around the edges here to cover up everything.
Did Jen mention if she had fun at CookieCon? I didn't see it. Did you mention how your outing went? Did you take any classes?
More importantly, I think, what did you bring from CookieCon?
What did you buy? Yes, what did you buy?
I mean, of course, lots of fun memories, but any physical products?
I don't know if this year we will return to some sense of normalcy. Here, it was funny on the radio, they were talking. So kids in school now no longer have to wear a mask. So the VJ says his son comes home after the first day that they don't have to wear a mask, and he says to his son, "Oh, how was school today? Your first day without a mask? Was it, was it good?" And the kid says, "Well, we all kept our masks." So all the children are so used to wearing them that nobody wanted to take it off. It's like a security blanket,
Yeah, I guess you feel naked without it.
Mm-hmm.
So now I added white to give it some highlight. And you can see I'm creating texture with the brush.
Yeah, you're sculpting it.
Now I'm going to go in this direction. And if there is excess on your brush, just wipe it off. Or if you're working with more cookies, you could spread it on that cookie.
Have you ever tried to use those cake tools that are like teeth? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes, I have.
And
They have small ones. I actually like to use toothbrush.
oh yes, I've seen you use a
Yes,
toothbrush.
I like to use toothbrush, but for this toothbrush doesn't give you a lot of control. It's really good for like larger projects, but you see I'm kind of creating sections here.
Just to tell you, Han, if you're interested, they
Yeah.
sell baby toothbrushes that are very small.
Oh. Oh, that's true. They do. That's true. They do. Okay, so now that we kind of got the texture on, I'm going to use this handy tool. Let me clear. I mean, it's a little rough. Depending on how you want the wood to be, it can be a bit smoother if you like. I'm going to create wood texture design. So now I'm going to use the fine point, but it's not as fine as the scribe. This is a scribe. I wouldn't use this because it's too fine. I want to be able to remove a big chunk, a big chunk of icing. So let's start. I also have a handy paper towel here on hand, handy paper towel on hand, and I'm wiping the tip in the towel.
So you're basically, is this to make bark or to make like the wood plank or?
Wood plank, it's like a wood plank, yes.
So Charlotte's asking, is there a reason you did the bottom layer first? Could you just do the top layer without the bottom?
Well, I did the bottom because you are scraping off the icing. So if it's a bare cookie, you'll have a
Area.
white area. So having a dark area under there, it creates a more like realistic look for the wood.
Well, it's still a good question, Charlotte, for there's people
But I
that
think, you could. I mean, you could use. I mean, if you don't have time, you could obviously just do that. But that's why I did it.
well, I'm wondering, you could experiment with it. I'm wondering if that layer kind of stains the cookie enough that even if you scrape it off, if there's pigment left, that stains the cookie.
Oh, I'm not following.
You don't understand what I mean?
Mm.
Like sometimes I've made mistakes, let's say with brown or black icing, and when I scrape it off my cookie, even though I took off the icing, it's not white anymore.
Oh yeah, no, I think it would definitely stain. I mean, and it's brown.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. So even if you're scraping it off, it wouldn't be completely white in the crevice.
Yes. Now that's for this step. I've got one here, and I'm going to add. And this is a piping tip number 2. Oh, it's working. Yes.
Kind of looks like plaster.
Yeah, I get. Yeah. So now now you could just use this. I mean, it's a really nice cross. What you could do, you could add some flowers onto it and make the flowers ahead of time. Maybe that would be something that you guys could do. Now I'm going to And I've got, this is an ivory royal icing that I made.
So is this a 2?
This is a piping number 2, yes.
Because it looks a bit fatter.
Yes, it's definitely fatter. I'm gonna take a little break here because my arm is in the way.
So Sally, no, I'm not a skier. Props to you for doing it. I am not the most athletic, sporty person. And so no, but my kids do ski. I did, send them to ski lessons, but I never stuck around for it myself. That really makes the design, that little extra border.
Now I want to talk about the consistency of this icing. Now it's not as thick as the icing I used for the stamens because this is kind of textured. It's not like super flat. So what I wanted to make sure that it's going to sink in a little bit. So it's not going to just like sit on the top because then it would break off easily once dried, it would chip off. So that's why it's not the thick, like it's not runny, but it's not like really, really thick.
Well, a couple of things, right? You need that loop to sink into itself
Yes,
when you do the loop. So, and
exactly.
you need it to hug the brown icing to secure it to the surface.
So now the last step we're going to do, I'm going to paint this with some gold. And I've got here my Everclear
Take a
and
little sip.
dropper. Oops, you can see. I also like to use dropper. So this, I have this one listed in Amazon. You could get they probably have glass ones which are gonna last forever. Now this stuff, it kind of breaks if you use it a lot. It tears kind of there where the seam is.
You
But
can
they,
buy the droppers in the pharmacy. At the pharmacy in the medicine section, they sell
oh yeah.
them. Yeah,
So
the
you can
glass.
see this is dry. So oops, what's this? This is dry, so I'm just adding some alcohol to it, and let's see what happens. And I also have this luster dust listed in the supply shop. Now it's still too liquid, so hopefully the coverage is going to be okay. If that happens to you, if you add too much liquid to your luster dust and the paint is not as thick, you just have to wait for a couple minutes and the alcohol will evaporate. Now the reason I colored my icing with ivory is to achieve better coverage because it's similar color to the gold. You could also use some brown icing if you have that on hand. I just had some ivory, so I used that. If you are using white, it's not gonna give you the same coverage.
It just looks a
It
bit
just doesn't.
lush.
Yeah, exactly. Because here, even if I don't paint everything like super super heavy, it still shows the gold. Like there is because the ivory kind of matches that color. The
Who's
gold,
mad?
I mean.
Haley's mad.
Oh, Haley's mad. Sorry. So, what are your plans for the weekend, guys? Mark, do you have any plans?
Um, Not really. The kids had their March break last week, and I don't even know why they give them the March break. They gave them school over March break, and then they come back and they're so stressed because there's so much, like, you know what I mean? It almost like is a punishment almost. They're both very, so we're not really doing much because they're so stressed and trying to get their school fit,
School
stuff done.
stuff now.
So they're both, Ryan's in college and Jessica's in university. So it's high stress right now. You, any big plans? Maybe go to the beach?
No, I don't know. I think I'll be working. I'm workaholic. No, we got a couch this Monday after 2.5 years of being without a. I know I don't want to be. It's not like.
Bye, Sally.
But we haven't had sofa in so long, so I think maybe I'll do that. I'll just sit on the or like
And you'll claim your spot on the sofa.
Yes.
And
Well, yes, I don't have a lot of spot left. My husband already claimed his spot, so I can use it when he's not around.
pick 'em up.
So this is the cross that we made today, and also some lilies for the Easter, guys. I'm going to
Beautiful.
zoom out, and you
Very
can pair these together for the Easter. The star design is very simple, but I think it goes nice. It's kind of it conveys the message.
Absolutely.
Yes, couch potato. Thank you, everyone. So I think I did pretty good for an hour.
You did
I didn't
great.
think it was gonna be well. I'm
I
one of
like
the
this new format. So let me just pop it on. So if you're wondering, so now this is the schedule from now on. Han and I in the past would both present on every live, but the prep was brutal. So now instead, when we're on a certain day presenting, well, we take up that whole hour. So today's the 11th. Han did hers on the 15th. It's Han again because we're trying to alternate not just the sessions, but like Tuesday and Friday. So she'll be on Tuesday the 15th, and I'll be back on the 18th, and then the 22nd. And then on the 25th, Han will be doing her mini class here.
Yes, exactly. I forgot. So this, guys, I will. All the templates are already available in the in the Patreon group. Those of you who support us can find all the details there. And we will have a prep tutorial, things that you need to prepare ahead of the class, ready on March 15th. So you guys can, that gives you 13 days, right? About 13 days, about 12 days, I guess, 13, 12 days to kind of prepare for the class. If you want to join us, please email. I guess it's best to email you or email you, or you can email us both, and I will forward the message to Mar because she is in charge of setting up how you guys can enter the live stream. And also, if you wanted to see kind of a preview of how it would look, we already did one mini class a couple of weeks ago. That was the hen cookies, right? Easter hen cookies. These. So you can find a tutorial live stream where we did those cookies, and you'll see what the class kind of looks like. So I hope you guys can.
And I did get some requests for that template, so I did add it to the coffee shop for the hen if you're interested. But it's in our group. If you're in Patreon, either mine or Han's, it's there. So thanks, everybody. Thanks, Han. That was awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Bye, everybody. Hold on. Let me get my slide. There we go. Bye, everybody. Hey, what are you doing? Bye, everybody.
Have a great weekend.